Life does not unfold in straight lines, it unfolds in patterns, twists, and turns that often leave us confused about which direction to take. Challenges don't knock on our doors politely. They break in, unannounced and uninvited. In those moments, you have two choices. You can surrender and let life take control of you, or you can pause, breathe, and engage in something far more powerful: strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is not about being the smartest in the room. It is about knowing how to outsmart the challenges that stand in front of you. It is about playing the long game when others are distracted by the noise of the moment. It is about transforming obstacles into opportunities and using vision to guide your steps even when the path is unclear. Vision creates victory. When you are in the middle of a struggle, it is easy to lose sight of where you are going. The pain, the pressure, the noise of the present moment can blind you to the possibilities of tomorrow. But vision is the force that pulls you out of that blindness. Vision is the ability to see the horizon when everyone else is staring at the ground. It is the strength to imagine the end even when you are lost in the middle. Without vision, challenges feel overwhelming. With vision, they shrink into stepping stones. Vision is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is the voice inside you that whispers, "This is not the end." When everything around you screams failure, vision reminds you that this is just one chapter in your story. Vision allows you to dream beyond your current circumstances and prepares your heart to keep moving forward even when your feet feel heavy. It becomes a source of hope that keeps you alive in the darkest nights. Every person who has achieved greatness carried vision inside them long before success arrived. They believed in a picture of the future that others could not see. They held on to it when people doubted them, when life knocked them down, and when their dreams seemed impossible. Vision gave them the courage to rise again, to try again, and to never surrender. Their vision became their victory because it gave meaning to their struggle. Vision also changes the way you see obstacles. Instead of viewing them as barriers, you begin to see them as part of the journey. The stones on your path no longer scare you because vision shows you that they can be used to build the staircase leading upward. Suddenly, the things that once intimidated you become tools for your growth. Challenges lose their power because your mind is fixed on the bigger picture. Vision empowers persistence. When you feel exhausted, when your strength begins to fade, it reminds you why you started. That reminder fuels your soul to keep walking even when everything inside you wants to stop. Vision becomes your anchor when the winds of life try to blow you off course. It whispers, "Don't stop now. You are closer than you think." The beauty of vision is that it transforms pain into purpose. Every tear, every scar, every sleepless night becomes a part of the story that leads to your destination. You begin to realize that nothing was wasted, that everything was shaping you for the person you are meant to become. That awareness itself gives you courage to face challenges with a heart full of hope instead of fear. And when you finally reach the destination you envisioned, you will look back and realize that the victory was not only in arriving, it was in holding on to the vision when it was hardest to believe. Vision did not just guide you to success, it transformed you into someone unstoppable. Adaptability is your superpower. Life rarely goes as we plan it. You may map every detail of your journey, but somewhere along the road, life will surprise you with detours and dead ends. Many people collapse in those moments because they cannot accept that the plan has changed. But adaptability is what gives you the power to stand tall even when the ground beneath your feet shifts. It reminds you that flexibility is not weakness, it is survival. Adaptability means you can bend without breaking. You can take the blow, absorb the shock, and still find another way forward. It is like water flowing around rocks, never stopping, always moving. The rock may be strong, but water's persistence eventually shapes it. That is the strength of adaptability. It quietly outlasts obstacles. Most people resist change because it scares them. They are comfortable in the familiar, and anything unfamiliar feels threatening. But strategic thinkers embrace change because they know every shift brings a new opportunity. They say, "This is not what I expected, but I will grow through it." That one shift in mindset is what separates those who get stuck from those who rise. Adaptability also teaches humility. It shows you that you cannot control everything, but you can control how you respond. Instead of demanding that life move according to your script, you learn to rewrite your script according to life. That humility becomes strength because it makes you flexible enough to survive storms that destroy rigid minds. In moments of crisis, adaptability gives you calmness. While others panic because their plans have collapsed, you breathe, adjust, and move forward. That calmness becomes your greatest advantage because decisions made in peace are always wiser than decisions made in fear. Great innovators, leaders, and survivors all mastered adaptability. They did not cling to what was comfortable. They stepped into the unknown with courage, and that courage allowed them to build something extraordinary from the unexpected. Adaptability ensures that no challenge can permanently block your path. It may delay you, it may redirect you, but it can never stop you completely. Because once you learn how to adjust, you realize there is always another way forward. Anticipation beats reaction. Most people live in reaction mode. They wait until something happens and then scramble to respond. But those who think strategically understand that anticipation is far more powerful than reaction. Anticipation is the art of looking ahead, of preparing before life surprises you, of seeing storms on the horizon before they arrive. When you live with anticipation, you stop feeling like life is constantly attacking you. You begin to feel like you are in control because you are always one step ahead. It is like playing chess. While others are playing checkers, you are already planning your next moves while they are only focused on what's right in front of them. Anticipation requires awareness. It asks you to pay attention to patterns, to learn from past experiences, and to listen to the quiet signals life gives you before the storm breaks. It means asking yourself, if this happens, how will I respond? That preparation itself gives you confidence because nothing catches you completely off guard. Reaction drains energy. It leaves you feeling exhausted, always running behind events. But anticipation conserves energy because you are mentally prepared. Even if something unexpected arrives, you are not thrown off balance. You adjust quickly because you already imagined the possibility. Anticipation also builds courage. Fear comes from uncertainty, but when you anticipate, you reduce uncertainty. You cannot predict everything, but you can prepare for enough that the unknown no longer feels terrifying. That preparation allows you to stand tall where others collapse. The difference between leaders and followers often lies in anticipation. Leaders foresee problems and prepare solutions, while followers wait until problems appear and then struggle to cope. That is why leaders rise above challenges. They arrive ready, while others arrive late. Living with anticipation transforms your relationship with challenges. They no longer feel like surprises meant to destroy you. They feel like opportunities you have already rehearsed for. That readiness becomes your greatest strength in outsmarting difficulties. Patience turns pressure into power. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Everyone wants quick success, quick answers, quick results. But strategic thinking reminds us that true power comes not from rushing but from patience. Patience is the ability to stay steady under pressure, to wait for the right moment, to trust the process even when it feels painfully slow. Pressure often makes people panic. They rush decisions, they break under stress, they give up before the reward arrives. But patience transforms that pressure into power. It teaches you to endure without collapsing, to hold on without losing hope, to keep standing when others have already walked away. Patience does not mean sitting still, it means controlled action. It is knowing when to move and when to wait. Sometimes the wisest strategy is to pause, breathe, and let things align before you act. That pause is not weakness, it is wisdom. Patience also builds resilience. Every moment you endure makes you stronger for the future. It is like lifting weights. The longer you hold on, the stronger your muscles grow. In the same way, patience strengthens the muscles of your character, preparing you to handle even greater challenges ahead. Impatience often destroys progress. Many people give up just before the breakthrough, not realizing how close they were. Patience ensures you don't quit at the edge of victory. It teaches you to keep walking, even when the road feels endless, because every step is bringing you closer to your goal. Patience also creates peace. Instead of rushing in frustration, you learn to trust that timing has its own wisdom. That trust gives you calmness in the storm, and that calmness itself becomes your hidden strength. While others crumble under anxiety, you remain steady in faith. And patience ultimately reveals that time is not your enemy, it is your ally. Every waiting season is shaping you, preparing you, and making you ready for blessings far greater than you imagined. With patience, pressure no longer breaks you. It builds you. Perspective changes the game. Challenges often feel heavier than they are because of the way we look at them. Perspective has the power to change everything. When you change how you see a problem, the problem itself begins to change. Perspective does not erase obstacles, but it changes your relationship with them. Perspective is the ability to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Instead of drowning in the details of the problem, you step back and ask, what is this teaching me? That one shift in question transforms your burden into a lesson. And lessons are always lighter than punishments. When difficulties come, most people only see the wall in front of them. But perspective teaches you to tilt your head, to look for doors and windows, to see paths others missed. Suddenly, what looked like an ending becomes a new beginning. Perspective also gives you gratitude. Even in the darkest valleys, it allows you to notice blessings around you, small victories, moments of kindness, lessons of growth. Gratitude itself becomes a source of strength, reminding you that challenges are not your whole story, they are just a chapter. Sometimes perspective requires distance. You may need to step away, breathe, and then look again. What once seemed impossible often shrinks when you are no longer staring at it with fear but with clarity. Clarity itself is power, because it frees you from paralysis. The greatest thinkers, leaders, and survivors all had unique perspective. They could see possibilities where others saw only dead ends. They could find opportunity in failure, direction in confusion, and strength in suffering. That perspective is what lifted them above others. And when you carry perspective, challenges stop feeling like barriers. They become stepping stones, reminders that what matters is not the size of the obstacle, but the lens through which you choose to see it. In the end, the art of strategic thinking is not about escaping challenges, it is about outsmarting them. Vision gives you direction when the road is dark. Adaptability gives you flexibility when the ground shifts. Anticipation gives you readiness before the storm arrives. Patience gives you strength to endure pressure. Perspective gives you clarity to transform fear into growth. Together, these 5 principles make you unstoppable. Life will still bring storms, setbacks, and surprises. But with strategic thinking, you no longer collapse under them, you rise above them. You no longer fear challenges, you welcome them, because you know they are shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and braver. Strategic thinking is the art of victory, not because it removes the storm, but because it teaches you how to dance in the rain and still move toward the sunrise that awaits you.